Hi, Brian McAvoy here, and today we're going to talk about really kind of what it means to be human, what it means to be a trader, and in a regard that you probably haven't thought about or heard about in a long time, but this is really important. I mean, because this kind of goes to the very essence of who you are and what you're doing, especially with regards to your trading, but also in your personal life. A lot of people talk about, do we have free will? A lot of people, carrying on about the way our society has changed over years. We don't really have as much freedom as we used to. And there's an element of truth to that. Now, the flip side of it is, how much have we really just abdicated, though, as far as, our freedom? And we just we don't take control of it. And where this comes into play with your trading, I find it an interesting question to reflect on every now and then, just for fun, because the answers aren't always the same. But as far as the question of what are you, not who are you, but what are you? And of course, it's easy to say, well, I'm a human being, I have this body, or I'm a spiritual being, whatever. But in one regard, your body, it's just your form, your physical form. It's just the container that you're riding around in right now. Now, as far as what you are, and here's what I'm talking about. This, again, it applies directly to trading. You're a decision-making machine. All day long, every day, every waking moment, you're making decisions. Now, most of them, you're making the same decision you made last time by default. And here's kind of what I'm talking about. When you get up every day, the alarm goes off, you decide, okay, I get up with the alarm. And you get up with the alarm, and that's what you decide to do, and that's what you do, and then you go through your routine. And even as you're going through your routine, you're constantly making the decision to continue to follow the routine. And here's kind of an extreme situation, but this, again, kind of puts it in perspective. And a lot of people have experienced this, whether it's with a job or with your marriage or whatever. Well, one day, my wife and I were having a conversation about this kind of stuff, and I said, it's kind of interesting, because every day we make the decision to stay married. You never know, maybe one day the day will come when we make the decision to not be married anymore. And we make that same decision every day, all day, every day. I mean, it's not just at the beginning of the day. We make decisions all day long, as far as pursuing your trading. Trading is a decision-making process. You ask people, what is trading? Well, it's buying and selling securities. No, it's a decision-making activity. You take in information, you evaluate it against certain criteria, and you make decisions based on that evaluation and that information, and then you act on those decisions. But it's a decision-making activity, and if you think about it, most things that we do as a human, unless you're just being robotic about it, requires thinking. Well, what is thinking? It's processing information and making decisions. It's not just taking in information, it's what you do with that information, and what you do with that information, you evaluate it, you make decisions, you make judgments. So this is why it's so cool. But again, you need to understand, there's a whole lot of decisions that are made by default. And there's a whole lot of things that we're kind of conditioned to be that way. I mean, just in our society and the way everything is very structured and routine, and it's done for us, so to speak, within a job, within the school system, within a lot of things within our society. There's a whole lot of systems in place, a whole lot of rules, for behavior and conduct, protocols, all that kind of stuff that are there for us, instead of deciding what makes sense for me as a person and what do I want to challenge. Now, as a trader, you've already demonstrated that you're willing to make the decision to step outside the norm and pursue something a little different. And that's cool. But even, again, within your trading, if you've been at it for a long time, you jumped into it, you had whatever kind of a start you had, and after a while, it's just kind of, it's not so great, but, it's not really making any headway. You're just kind of surviving along. Or maybe you're making progress, but it's like painfully slow. It's taking years, and you're still not where you want to be. Well, it's because every day, or most days, you're making the decision to do things the way you've been doing them. You're doing this, subconsciously, but you're making the decision. And it's on those days when you're feeling however you might be feeling, and you say, no, I'm going to try something different today. What's been doing isn't working, and I'm no longer satisfied with just going along with that. I'm going to make my own decisions, and I'm deciding to pursue a different approach here. Try something different, figure out a different solution than the other solutions that I've tried in the past that don't really solve the problems. So that's a decision. Like I said, this is one where, again, we do this in all our situations all day long throughout the day. We're making decisions. And a lot of them, it's simply not making the decision or kind of deciding not to make the decision different than we have. And so we're running on autopilot. And autopilot is those decisions being made. And again, same way we've been doing it. It's become a routine. It's become a subconscious activity. So it's important to consciously look at your life, look at your trading, and say, okay, where am I not happy? Where's the status quo just really not what I want to continue with in the future? And so you make the decision, and I mean, even your thinking, you're constantly choosing what to think about, what to focus your attention on, what to ignore, what to think about, what to put effort into, what not to. Constant decisions. So you're either going to make the decision to continue to do things the same way, get the same results, or you're going to decide to do things differently. At some point along the way, you weren't happy with who you were. You said, I want to be a trader. And so that, maybe not in that particular conversation or thought process, but somewhere along the way, you made the decision to become a trader. Cool. You had thousands of other options. You could have chosen to do other things, but you decided to become a trader. And that sets you on this course. And that's what's cool. And I don't know if it was Confucius, one of the Chinese philosophers, who said, you are the sum of your life's decisions. And if you think about it, yes, you're making literally thousands of decisions all day, every day. As you're driving down the road, somebody pulls in front of you. You can make the decision to get upset about it or not worry about it, or just ignore it. Right in just that one moment can be 15 different decisions made as far as how you're going to react, how you're going to think, what you're going to focus on. And like I said, so if you think about it, like I said, we're decision-making machines. That's what we are as a human consciousness with a brain that allows us to go beyond just looking out for our biological needs. I mean, that's where the animal kingdom, most of the animal kingdom is they're just tending to their biological needs, and that's pretty much their mental activity for the day. We have the ability to go way beyond that. That's why we've been able to rise to the level that we have as far as sophistication in our life, technology, and industry, all that kind of stuff. So it's the decisions that we make, and the thing is, free will, like he says in the movie, free will comes when you take that role and you say, I'm going to decide for myself. I'm not just going to sit back and say, well, this is how things are, and so I can't do anything about it. I don't have the choice. You always have the choice. Every day you make the choice to either continue with the way things are, to be the person that you have been, to live the life the way you have, to do your trading the way you have, or the moment comes when you decide to do things differently, to be somebody else, to become somebody else. And that's cool. It's a matter of exercising your free will, claiming it, looking at your life, making the decisions, and that's fantastic. Now, if you're wanting to, make a change with your trading and not just, buy more systems and, focus on more discipline and get out of that cycle, and you want to look toward maybe, looking at it as, a skill-based activity, maybe there's some skills that you're lacking. Maybe there's some understandings that you don't have, some perspectives that you don't yet have, and that's what's been holding you back. Today you decide you want to pursue it. Okay? Excellent. Well, if you want to do that, click on the link below, in the description below, and that'll take you over to a page where, I'm running a Christmas special right now. If you want to look at any of my products, save a whole bunch of money and get those different perspectives. You don't have to. Again, it's a decision. You can continue the way you've been on, and getting the same results. That's fine. If you decide you'd like to explore something different, cool. Here's a way to do it. Save some bucks. Every day, all day. Remember, be aware that you have free will. Exercise it. Claim it. Live your life that you want. Claim it. And you're free to do that. That's what free will is all about. That's what I love about the movie. Anyway, it's Brian McAvoy with Inside Out Trading. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe, share with your friends, of course, all these things. And click the link below. Take a look. See if there's something here that can help you with your trading, make tomorrow better than today, next month better than this month. Talk to you soon.